Hello friends, welcome to youtube.com oblique Dr. Ved channel. I am Dr. P.R. Patel, Professor and Head Veterinary Medicine. We discuss here the important bacterial disease of pig, swine erysipelas. In part 4, we will discuss here necropsy finding and the diagnosis of swine erysipelas. In this presentation, we discuss necropsy finding of swine erysipelas. We know that there is acute infection and chronic infection. Here we will discuss necropsy findings in acute cases. Remember, characteristic or pathognomonic lesion of swine erysipelas is rhomboid urticarial lesion, popularly known as diamond skin lesion or diamond skin disease. This indicates a septicemia. Whole carcass may be congested with discoloration of skin. There is diffuse purplish discoloration of skin of the belly and a cyanosis of the skin of the extremities. Enlargement and congestion of lymph nodes and spleen. Continue with the necropsy of acute infection cases. Here we will see characteristic histopathological lesions. There are lesions around small blood vessels of dermis and hypodermis. Characteristic. There is a hyperemia and a thrombosis or intravascular fibrin coagulation. And this thrombosis causes the skin lesions. The bacterial emboli in the skin blood vessels, liver, kidney and spleen. The bacterial emboli are coming from the valvular endocarditis. Slowly the emboli are detached, released in the blood, and these emboli distributed to the body and causes the pathological lesions. Friends, we have seen necropsy finding in acute cases. Mostly skin lesions are there, diamond skin lesions. Now necropsy finding of chronic cases. In this, the pathognomonic lesion is varicose endocarditis. Characteristic: varicose endocarditis. And again, another important characteristic lesion is vegetative valvular endocarditis. There is a proliferative granular cauliflower-like growth on the heart valves. Such growth is called as vegetative growth on valves of the heart. So, term is vegetative valvular endocarditis. Remember this thing, important pathology. Now, there are many valves in the heart, but frequently, mostly, the mitral valve is affected. Necropsy finding of the chronic cases. There is widespread ecchymotic hemorrhage, especially important organs, kidney, pleura, peritoneum. The ecchymotic hemorrhage is damage to the small blood vessels, vasculitis, thrombosis, hemorrhage. Such things are common in swine erysipelas. We have already seen important pathology is valvular endocarditis. Another pathology, pathognomonic, is non-suppurative proliferative arthritis. It is non-suppurative, no pus formation, but there is proliferation of the synovial membrane and there is inflammation of joints, arthritis. Here there is involvement of joints of one or more legs or intervertebral joints. There is erosion of articular surfaces. There is proliferation of the synovial membrane, and there is fibrosis of the synovial membrane, and at later stages, ankylosis of the joints, adhesion of the joints. Now we deal with the important part, diagnosis of swine erysipelas. For the diagnosis, history is very important. Sudden death of few pigs without premonitory signs, that is observed in for acute cases. When there is acute septicemia, there is sudden death without premonitory signs. Lameness, stiffness of legs, high temperature in few pigs, that is also observed. Characteristic clinical signs are high temperature, lameness, stiffness of joints, great respiratory distress, and characteristic pathognomonic symptoms is pinkish to purplish discoloration, urticarial diamond skin lesion called diamond skin disease. Important. Continue to diagnosis. Response well to the treatment is also diagnosis. Erysipelas respond prompt and very nicely to penicillin treatment. Clinician give the penicillin and there is complete cure within 24 hours. That may indicate that it is a swine erysipelas. So treatment is also a useful for the diagnosis. Characteristic necropsy findings, there are three. One is the diamond skin lesions. Second is non-suppurative proliferative arthritis. And the third is vegetative valvular endocarditis. These three lesions are very characteristic. For further confirmation, isolation and identification of organism in the laboratory. Continue with the diagnosis. In acute disease, stained smear from the blood is to be examined under the microscope. When there is acute septicemia, acute disease, organisms are in large quantity in the blood. So stained smear from the blood reveal slender organism, gram positive, rod shaped, either a single or in a very short chain or as a palisade characteristic. Initially, acute leukocytosis, and as acute septicemia advances, it is rapidly followed by leukopenia. And more characteristic is monocytosis. Don't forget monocytosis. To phagocyte the proliferatory tissue, there is increase in number of the monocytosis characteristic. Continue with the diagnosis. We have seen that monocytosis occurs in swine erysipelas. There is a marked increase in monocyte numbers. It is increased 5 times to 10 times the normal. The normal value of monocytes is 2.5 to 4.5%. That is normal. But the level of monocyte increases to 25%. So monocytosis is a characteristic of this disease. Detection of antibody can be performed by fluorescent antibody test, and a detection of antigen can be done by PCR test. ELISA is also a very good test. It is a quick test for the diagnosis. It is easy to perform and it is more economic test. So ELISA is an important test for the diagnosis. For the diagnosis, clinician has to collect samples. So cultural swabs are collected from joints. You know that joints are affected. Joints contain organisms. Synovial fluid. Heart valves contain organisms. Heart valves, spleen, kidney, bone marrow, and particularly the blood. These samples are to be collected. But from live clinical case, in acute cases, smear from heart blood should be collected for immediate diagnosis because there is acute septicemia. In acute septicemia, there are large number of the organisms in the circulation. So important thing in the field cases is smear from the heart blood examination, stain it and examine under the microscope. Friends, in this presentation we have discussed macropsy finding and a diagnosis, very important part, in such a nice way that clinician cannot miss a diagnosis. Please share this important information to veterinary friends and veterinary students. To promote the channel, subscribe the channel. Thank you very much for observing this video.